a financial series to teach children. Many adults aren't poor because they're lazy, but because they were never taught about money as children. And what's even more surprising, this often happens in families that are actually full of love. Small children don't understand the price of things. They only understand the feeling of happiness. When they cry and you buy them a toy, when they ask for something and they immediately give it, slowly they begin to believe that all their wishes must be fulfilled as quickly as possible. And without realizing it, the habit grows with them. In fact, no child is born wasteful. Money habits are shaped by their environment, especially at home. Children don't learn from lengthy advice. They learn from what they see every day. When parents frequently buy things for prestige, children see. When parents shop to relieve stress, children see.
When parents say, "It's okay, I can earn money later," children hear it too. And all of that is secretly stored in their minds. Many parents actually have good intentions. They've lived hard lives. They've felt ashamed of not having money. They've held back desires for years. Because of that, they don't want their children to experience the same suffering. They want their children to be happy. And that's normal. But sometimes, excessive affection turns into habits that damage a child's future. "Never mind, Daddy'll buy it later." The sentence sounds simple. It sounds loving. But if repeated over and over, children begin to believe that every desire must be fulfilled immediately. And as adults, they begin to have difficulty controlling themselves. A little stressed? Shopping. A little sad? Checking out online. Seeing other people have something? They want to buy it too.
Not because they really need it, but because they're used to following momentary desires. Social media makes things even more difficult. Every day, people see luxury vacations, new cell phones, new cars, expensive clothes, and without realizing it, they start comparing their lives to others. In the end, many people buy things not for necessity, but to appear successful. The sad thing is, many people don't even realize that they're trapped in a consumerist habit. They think the problem is their income. In fact, there are many people with high salaries but still run out of money every month, because the real problem isn't always about the size of their income, but about habits. And those habits often start long before a person has their first job. Children always look up to their parents. If every stressor is resolved by shopping, children will imitate. If parents buy things for prestige, children learn the same thing. That's why children don't just inherit their parents' looks, they also inherit their way of thinking about money. There's one simple skill that can actually change a person's future: the ability to delay a desire. Being able to say, "I don't need to buy this right now." That small skill often makes the difference between a peaceful life and a life full of debt. But unfortunately, many children are never trained in it. They grow up in a world of instant gratification. Click, buy. The item arrives tomorrow. Everything feels fast. Everything feels easy. As a result, fewer people are able to be patient. Ironically, we spend years in school, learning math, learning history, learning many things. But very few teach how to manage money, how to save, how to manage expenses, or how to avoid debt. Finally, many people enter the workforce without financial preparation. The first paycheck is gone. The second paycheck is gone. Then they start going into debt to support their lifestyle. And then they realize that life is much harder than they imagined. But this isn't about blaming their parents, because many parents were never taught about money either. They simply continued the old pattern: work hard, make money, spend money. This has continued from generation to generation. That times have changed. Today, the temptation to spend money is much greater than it used to be. Therefore, teaching children about money has become increasingly important. Parents don't have to be rich to teach their children about finances. Sometimes the most important lessons are simple. Learn patience. Learning to save and buying things that will generate income, as my friend's son, who is only in his third year of high school, experienced when he was taught to start buying stocks and pay them off in installments over 20 years. Learning to differentiate between needs and wants. Because the best inheritance for children isn't always a big house, not a luxury car, not expensive items, but the right mindset about money. Because children who